Hello everyone, Pally Time here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. I'm having a great day today so far. Since the last video where I had my heart broken while playing Stitches, we've hit Diamond. We finally did that. Oh my god, that took way too long to have happen. It's like 60 games. But we've landed on Sylvanas today in the A through Z playthrough. One of the best characters in the whole game. I think she's actually a little underrated right now. If there's a map that has something to do with pushing, Sylvanas is a good pick on that map. If you need someone in an off lane versus a really good laner like Thrall or Zagara, Sylvanas is a good pick for that too. If you want to just rush a tower down at the 5-second mark with your whole team to get an early XP advantage, Sylvanas is great for that too. She has changed a bit. Since she was released into the game. She has a new heroic that she didn't have this time last year. At least I don't think she had it last year. And no one likes that one either. Sad day.
Victory for the Forsaken.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Dragon Shire map today. I wouldn't say this is a particularly good Sylvanas map, but she can also get a lot of work done on this map. She is pretty fit. Why have I reported already? I just said hi. She's pretty fantastic on maps like Brax's Holdout, where you're pushing with this huge number of Zerg. On Tomb of the Spider Queen, she's so good. On Infernal Shrines, on Battlefield of Eternity. Any map where you have just a giant objective and you're trying to move it. She can get so much value. Granted, she can get work done with the Dragon Shire because, of course, the Dragon Knight is pretty susceptible to damage these days. But it's not going to be, like, astonishingly good in most cases. I'm going to make my way down to the bottom lane because we need to soak XP. I just went back because it was so early in the game and I didn't really think it would be that big of a... Never mind, we're going to go top. I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal. I didn't want to use the Sippy Cup that early either. The friendly team, Sylvanas, Gul'dan, Alarak, Greymane, and Karazim. The enemy team, Tychus, Ariel, Greymane, Li Ming, and Abathur. We're going in hard, team. We're going in hard, team. Maybe we went in a little too hard. I think we went in a little too... Can you jump to me? Thank you. Thank you, you're beautiful. Oh, we got him. Come on, we got him. We gotta get... We didn't get him! Oh my god! Sylvanas' Q ability is called Withering Fire. Basically, you're gonna hold this down the entire... Basically, you're gonna hold this down the entire game. A lot like playing Lili, where you just kind of want the damn thing going all the time. And it will deal damage to minions in the area, and it'll prioritize heroes on top of that. So basically, there's no reason not to put a stone on your Q ability, or just have your fat sausage finger on it like I do, and it'll just do work the entire game. Hopefully I can get to this really quick. Looks like we are losing bottom, however. Her W ability is what you're seeing me spread my trait to all of these minions here with. It is called Shadow Dagger, and basically how it works is you just target someone with a projectile, and then that projectile will spread your trait to everything nearby. We're gonna go ahead and sippy cup here, which allows you to just do a lot of controlling on the lane, a lot of just free cleaving damage to enemy teams, and it's pretty damn effective. All right, I'm going in. No, I'm not. That was dumb. Shouldn't have done that. That E ability is called the Wailing, or the Haunting Wave, excuse me. It sends out a wave of banshees that will just kind of go in a straight line. They spread the trait too. Basically, anything you hit with a spell gets the trait applied to it, which I'll explain what the trait is in just one moment. Hi, Alarak. You did so good. There you go. We did it. Let's just back up away from this Tychus just a little bit. Could not quite capture middle there. His knockback should be ready again, right? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Well, shit. We made it, team. I think. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. If you reactivate the Haunting Wave, you can teleport to the Banshee's current location. That's how I got away there. Most people only use this as an escape, but Confident Sylvanas players will use this to initiate. And then the trait we've been talking about so much is the black arrows, and it stuns minions or structures. Minions and structures, both of them. It does all of it for 1 second, which actually allows Sylvanas to do incredibly easy mercenary camps. I'm just auto-attacking, we're holding down Q, and we're taking this over. Now, the reason I was doing this is because we were soaking every lane at the time that I started to do this. Now, we're not soaking top, we're going to be losing out on XP there, and I'm actually hindering my team by continuing to do this. That's a question I get asked a lot by newer players. When is the right time to take a mercenary camp? When there's not an objective that needs your immediate attention, when there's not a team fight happening somewhere that you could help out in, and when every lane is being soaked adequately. That is when you take a mercenary camp. We're not going to walk through that bush ever again. Instead, we're just going to use our Banshees to hop right over this wall. Hopefully take this away from the enemy team. We are going to go for... I think we're going to go for Unstable Poison at level 7. That's just my talent preference. It allows me to push lanes really, really well. I enjoy that talent quite a bit. Fuck, I walked through the bush again. And it should allow us to push waves into towers very, very quickly. The friendly team does have a lot of minion wave aggression. Like, we'll be able to out-siege these guys all day, even without the Dragon Knight. And you can see that level 7 talent kind of causes an explosion when something that has my trait on it dies, which it just means we could push like crazy. Looks like Karazim and Grey Mane are pushing them out of the bottom lane right now, but we still do not have control of middle. Grey Mane for the enemy team could easily retake top right now as well. Tyke is actually not responding to this. Let's apply a little bit of pressure to him, and we become the dragon. We're going to go ahead and back up, grab the sippy cup, and then I get, as Sylvanas, there's two options here, right? I could push lanes by myself all day long, like it's no big deal. Do we want to do that, or do we want to push in with the Dragon Knight and kind of reduce the damage that buildings are going to deal to it? Because we have our whole team here, I am totally fine just pushing in with the Dragon Knight. We're going to make sure our trait stays up on the keep, or excuse me, on the fort, but it looks like it was kind of all in vain. But because we have Sylvanas on our team, we can actually still continue to fight under this building with very few consequences if we were coordinated enough, which, you know, we did okay. We did okay. For quick match, I'm pretty happy with that result. Now, obviously, it would have been a little bit better if we did manage to take down that building there, but that, again, is totally fine. Be happy with what you can get. The enemy team is rotating to me, so we're gonna leave. Or at least I thought they were. Sylvanas was the character that taught me to really look at my minimap, because it's so easy to just kind of completely tunnel vision and dive straight into a building because the buildings can't kill you. Oh goodness me. You gonna make it? You need some help? I'm here to help. Because, you know, you can basically, if there's no opposition, you can push all day. There's no downside to it. You can completely turn off buildings, you can make minions stop in their tracks and push to your heart's content. But this also leaves you pretty overextended, and in most cases, you probably will die, because, I mean, your escapes aren't that good if we're just big honest. But because I was falling into that trap over and over, and I was constantly just like, well, now's a good time to siege this, I was dying a lot. Like a lot. And it was because I just wasn't looking at my minimap. So this was the character, when she was released, it really taught me to always bottom right corner. Bottom right corner. Hey, let's kill a minion wave really, really quick, and then you look at the bottom right corner. Let's go ahead and silence this guy. How's that feel? Oh, well. Guess he didn't feel much of anything. He was kind of protected inside of a crystal. Now, there is another heroic at level 10. I know that's news to some people. It is called Mind Control. I love Mind Control. I just want to put that out there. I think Mind Control is fantastic. Is it better than Wailing Arrow? Absolutely not. In most situations, Wailing Arrow will just perform better. See, we're taking a look at the minimap. Tychus, Ariel, there's 2 missing. One's Abathur, so we don't have to worry about that. Li Ming's now in the bottom lane. So, at the very most, there's only one person that could be coming towards me right now. So we're just gonna kill this. That's the plan, team. Let's see if we can take over the dragon. Actually, I don't want the dragon. I'm gonna zone for Alarak here. because my trait is more useful to the team than me being in a dragon. We take that over just fine. Grey Maid initiating on me. We're going to break line of sight with the grass and then Banshee to safety. The kick from the Dragon Knight certainly did help. Dragon Knight is pushing down middle lane. He's going to be able to get that fort. Fort's tier 1. He's going to be able to get that fort, no problem. Now we should just back up. He should go bottom. And I'm going to go top, and I'm going to push with this Gul'dan. Now, at level, let's see, what are we, 13? I am going to go for Windrunner. There are several options at level 13 that are fantastic, but I'm going to go with Windrunner just because it's kind of my intention to do a lot of split pushing right now while the dragon is distracting them down in the bottom lane. Windrunner gives you a second application of your E ability, which allows you to Banshee and then Banshee again. So it should allow me to just basically get away from everyone on the enemy team. And it gives you a full reapplication of your Q ability. So if you're going for Q build, you could fire off a ton of damage with that. We can talk about that at the end of the video. Basically, there's 2 or 3 distinct builds that I do depending on the map for Sylvanas. Let's go ahead and stop this minion away from pushing it, and slowly but surely we are starting to pull ahead on XP just because we're doing a better job of soaking than the enemy team is. I would like to fight this. Let's go ahead and start it off with a silence on everyone here. We should be able to take down the enemy team's Li Ming, no problem. She's actually doubling back. Tychus is going to be pushed into us by the Alarak, and Ariel's just barely going to get away. Now we get to see the pushing power of Sylvanas. We are moving in with the mercenary camp behind us. These siege giants are going to be able to deal a ton of damage, and we're going to move in basically with 0 opposition because, of course, Abathur is on the enemy team. He just used his ultimate evolution, and it was not very successful, which basically means that there are 3 bodies down in this fight, which is a really, really big advantage for us. That was a pretty good push. I actually don't see much of a reason to stop pushing. So while the enemy team is moving back to take over that mercenary camp, I'm just gonna make sure these minions don't do too much of anything. Again, I did use the Banshees to stop the minions there, which does have some complications if I'm trying to run away. I thought the friendly team would kind of help me if the Tychus was diving into me there, though, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just gonna keep trying to keep all this shit disabled while they push in. So Sylvanas! Her heroic abilities have been a little bit of a laughing stock since she was added into the game. I mentioned she has a new one. It's called Mind Control, and it's very niche. You're typically thought of as a noob if you take it, which might be one of the reasons that I actually like it a lot. Mind Control allows you to take over the movement. Ooh, let's clear those out. It allows you to take over the movement of a character. So this Tychus, for instance, I can move him away from that crystal so he has even less safety. It doesn't allow you to cast his abilities, nothing like that, but it does allow you to move him. So if the enemy team has a target like a Lieutenant Morales or something along those lines, you can move the Morales away from the safety of her front line and into the clutches of your hands. At level 20, it does have an upgrade that allows you to move that character faster if you wanted to do that, which is not a bad talent by any means. At least I don't think so. All right, Alarak's gonna get that, no problem. There you go. If I could do this before it starts, that would be great. No! Come on! We didn't need it anyway. I was just trying to be fancy. Mind Control was put into the game because her other heroic ability at level 10 was a complete fucking joke. We had Possession, which has been reworked a few times. I don't remember the specifics of what it was like before, but essentially Possession allowed you to take over a few minions with a very long cooldown. Then it was changed to have several charges, I think. And then those charges allowed you to take over minions pretty easily. And I mean, at the time, it was kind of a cool concept that you could kind of outpush the enemy team a little bit in certain situations. But essentially, what we saw were characters getting progressively better and better and better at lane clear. So Zul was introduced to the game, which, I mean, 2 auto attacks, and he's completely cleared out everything you were using Possession on. We probably could have kept pushing there, but I don't know. It's probably still worth Let's get this down. Let's get this down. I'm going in. So, like, all that work you just did with your charges, they're now completely void. Congratulations, you didn't do anything. Asmodan, you're basically giving Asmodan free stacks with possession, which is not something you want to do versus an Asmodan. Murky was popular when this was out, and he could clear the lane no problem with just a pufferfish or a couple slimes. Johanna, Knight Takes Pawn, could kill the whole minion. Well, like, there was no reason to use possession when you could also have a long-range AoE silence in your kit. Like, in every situation, the long-range AoE silence was gonna be the better option. And because of that, possession had the lowest pick rate of any talent in the entire game. The lowest. That's it. It was the worst one. So they redesigned it. They made it a talent at level 7, and I still don't think anyone picks it. She did have a talent rework a while ago, although it wasn't too crazy impactful. The biggest change during the talent rework was Cold Embrace. So, Cold Embrace used to be a way of making every single target that you hit with your W ability, which, remember, your W ability goes out, it hits an initial target, and then it spreads to everything around it. You could make a whole fucking team vulnerable. And this is back when fucking the living bomb on Kill Thos didn't have any type of restrictions on how often it could chain or how it would react or anything like that. So essentially, if you had a Kill Thos and a Sylvanas on your team, they could global an entire fucking team in the time it took for one living bomb to go off. And that is fucking crazy. I got him, right? Yeah, we got him. Now we're gonna dance around this a little bit. Tychus can easily chase me down. Hopefully Karazim's gonna take care of me. Hey, Karazim, there you go. Now we're doing it. I am gonna go for Bolt of the Storm here, just because I want even more mobility versus this team. I think I can secure some more kills. We are pushing with the Mercenary Camp yet again, and I, once again, don't see any reason to stop doing this. They want to get the dragon, but we could very easily get this keep and then get the dragon without very many repercussions, seeing as we have a 3-number advantage on the enemy team right now. Let's try to disable this tower before it kills Karazim. We're going to be able to push in no problem. Look at that. Look at that. Did have to use the Banshees there just to shut the fuck up out of that minion wave. But alright, we're looking good. We're picking up the dragon. It's going to be pushing the middle lane, and that is going to be pretty strong. It's going to be, I think that'll be the end of the game, team. So the team vulnerability on her level 16 talent was removed, rightfully so. It was fucked up strong. Just gonna keep kiting him around to the best of my ability. If he re-engages, we can blink away. If we want to chase him down, we can do that. We have a lot of options with the talents that we picked in today's video. Sylvanas, in my opinion, was basically the reason that the Haunted Mines was removed from rotation for the foreseeable future. Like, they're going back and they're redesigning the Haunted Mines, because if you picked Sylvanas on that map in early Hero League, if you picked Sylvanas, that was it. You won. Congratulations. You won Haunted Mines because Sylvanas is on your team. She was just that good. I do remember very clearly, or at least I think I remember very clearly, the fucking... Hold on, let's look at the stats. Here you go. Let's take a look at these. Let's move down here. Let's take a look at these. Paralysis, lost soul, unstable poison, wailing arrow, wind runner, cold embrace, and bolt of the storm. I remember so fucking clearly them saying that possession was going to shake the Nexus. It was going to turn everything we knew upside down. And it's so funny looking back on that, just seeing how useless it is now. It did have a level 20 version that allowed you to possess mercenary camps, right? But you couldn't possess bosses, so what's the point? Like, that's the only one that's a big deal ever, right? I don't know. Also, there's the fact that, like, by the time, like, let's say a bruiser camp is walking towards you, 3 melee guys and a caster behind it, they're walking towards you. By the time you select possession and pick everyone out, you know, because you have to left click on them or whatever. By the time you do that, you could have just killed the whole fucking thing with a W. I don't know. I don't know. But that's Sylvanas. She's still in a phenomenal spot right now. I do think she's heavily underrated. As I've been going through Hero League, I have not seen very many people picking up Sylvanas. And on certain maps, she can be so crazy impactful that I think that's a bit of a mistake. Up next, we are going to have Tassadar, my favorite support in the whole game. I love Tassadar. I've been playing him a lot lately on my duo queue streams for Hero League because he's just so damn strong. Maybe we'll try something a little different, though. Maybe we'll try to bring back the old days of Archon. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.